So friends, let us start at the topic. Start at the topic. How exactly we should be going about the time management. Yes. So let us try to discuss what exactly the myths are about the time management. There are myths in every each and every topic. Or there are myths in every subject. There are myths in everybody life, whether it is related with management, whether it is related with our health, everybody. So let us try to touch upon what are the myths we normally carry. We normally carry keep this because of this and this. This is not happening. Okay, the first myth is that it is. You can see that it's not. It's nothing but common sense. I do well, so I must be managing my time effectively. Everybody thinks, and out of 100, I think so, 100 out of 100 people, they think that I manage my time okay, sort of a thing. It's only common sense. It's not a science. It's not a subject of management. But believe me, it is a subject of management. This is the first myth what we normally carry. It's a common sense, and I manage my time effectively, not an issue. Now the second myth is I work better under pressure. Oh yes, some people are short of time. Many times, everybody now and then we are short of time. But what happens is we try to pacify ourselves, or rather try to tell ourselves, okay, time management, work pressure आता है. There is a pressure of a time. I perform better. Pressure में I perform better. Some people would say I break in pressure, but some people say pressure. Oh yes, I like the pressure. I perform better. You can take out the maximum output from me. Second myth. Third is no matter what I do, I won't have enough time. However I do manage, however I do to things to do, manage my things, but I'm not able to manage time. चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, समय नहीं हो रहा है. I'm short of time. This is the third myth what we come across, and the fourth one is it takes all the fun out of life. Some people would say, okay, boss, managing time, noting down everything, being on the clock, and being managing the things on a clock to clock basis, dot to dot basis. Sometimes there is no fun in life. Then you feel like you're hush, you are hushing up every time, and you are hurrying up every time, and you feel like okay, boss, okay, this is what we are going to. Carry on our life. This is not done. There is no fun in the life. So what to do? So these are the main four myths what we normally carry in our life. So my dear friend, oh yes, every now and then we do carry and some different kinds of myths we carry in our own thinking. So this is how what we think about, and this is how what we do, and we carry on. And believe me, none of us we do manage our time properly, scientifically, rather doing in a professional way. No, we don't do that, except people who are celebrities, okay, except people who are big time politicians, except people who are owner of the big corporate houses, very senior executives, CEOs, CFOs, and all these guys. They have secretaries, they have people to manage their time, or rather they put up a culture in their office and or in their working place, that they manage their time. Otherwise, believe me, can you imagine how our prime minister would have been managing his time? He has only 24 hours, and every now and then, every second or every minute of him is been busy, and is on something or else. How does he manage? How does he manage? Otherwise, he would not have any time for anything. So that is so it is important. So these are the ways. And now let us try to bust up these myths about the time. Let us try to understand professionally, or rather, let us put it in a simple way, how to manage our 24 hours, and how to go about it. Okay, so let us start from early warnings of time management problem. These are the early warnings of the time management problem. if you are facing from any of these whatever has mentioned, any of these, so we have a time management problem. And I am very much sure, I'm pretty sure ki none of us can challenge this point, rather say that I never face this kind of situation. First is always rushing for some time, rushing for family function, rushing for classes, rushing for office, rushing for a meeting, rushing for a date, or rushing for anything under the sun. If you're rushing, there is a time management problem. Punctuality. Poor punctuality in the sense, let us say, if your classes times are at 8 a.m. in the morning, or else if your office timing is 9:30 in the morning, and if you have a meeting, your boss has kept a meeting, or else vice versa, you have kept a meeting and you called for a meeting, and you're not reaching on time. You reach maybe half an hour late, maybe 45 minutes late, all the time. You have a These are the early warnings of the time management. Impatience in the sense, we become fidgety, then we become very anxious, and we are driven by anxiety. That is how impatience. Then it is a little bit warning of time management. Skipping meals, family functions regularly, running for office, running for college, running for a meeting, or running for. But in the bargain, if you have if you are arranging your meetings maybe nearby your lunch time or meals time, and you skip your meals, that is a problem. There is a problem, my dear friend. Some problem is there. Missing trains, bus regularly. Oh yes, serious problem. Missing train, bus, flights regularly. That is a serious issue. Serious issue. Of course, it's a very serious issue. And stressed out all the time. Stressed out all the time in the sense, because of all this activity, because of all this impunctuality, eventually what happens is you're stressed out, and because of missing the deadlines, maybe missing meeting, reaching late in the office, reaching late for a meeting, there is a issue in the time management of yours. So these are the early warnings of the time management problem. Sometimes or other time, some or the other time, everybody goes through all this situation. Oh yes, absolutely, nobody can say a challenge that I never gone through this situation. You might have gone through this situation, that is for sure, and definitely that is for sure. And then what exactly you should be doing about it? Now these are the warnings. Now we identified there is some issue in the problem, time management problem. Oh yes, first step is that you have to accept that there is some time management is required in your life, maybe professional life, maybe or personal life. You have to have a proper system in your things, that you should be managing your time. So let us try to understand, my dear friend, and let us be very much into this thing, a time management thing, which will help you professionally and which will help you immensely in your personal life also. So what I'm going to try to tell you is the quadrant, the time matrix quadrant. So as you can see on your screen, this is the time matrix. As a time management quadrant is there. So I hope so. I hope you, if you are listening to this session with a pen and paper, please note it down. What exactly I'm going to tell you now. So draw this matrix in your paper. If you have a paper, please draw this matrix, which will be helpful for you forever and ever. So on the top of this top, it is written urgent, not urgent. The quadrants are there, important and not important. So we will see one by one square, and first we will try to discuss what exactly the first quadrant says. Okay, so the first quadrant says it is as you can say, things are important and urgent. है ना? We are talking about the first quadrant. So from if you see from the top, it is from the top, it says it's urgent. and if you see from the left, that says it is important. So the things which are mentioned in the first quadrant is first block is classes, assignments, last minute preparation for exam, bill payments, last minute buying book, revising syllabus, medical emergency, family function, etc. So these are the all things which have been mentioned are absolutely important. You cannot miss the classes. Let us try to discuss the importance of it. It is of the high importance, very important classes, assignments, preparation for exam, bill payments, any mobile bill, electricity bill, any bill payment, last minute buying books, revising syllabus, medical emergency, you just cannot avoid it. So it is absolutely important, and at the same time it is urgent. Classes, you have classes today, you cannot miss it. And if it is already 12 o'clock and you have a class at 2 p.m., you have to rush, you have to run. It is urgent. So things which are mentioned in the first quadrant, that is important also, very important, and very urgent as well. So both the things come in, urgent and important. So important and urgent, these are the two different words. What do you mean by urgent? Urgent in the sense you just cannot avoid it because it is sitting in front of you. It is standing in front of you. It is standing on your face. It is urgent. You cannot avoid. You do not pay the bill today, then you're gone. Your bill, the electricity connection will be cut out. Then again for the reconnection, you have to go to the office. You have to convince people, pay the fine, and come back. So that is how it is. It is important also. It's very important and very urgent. So I have so the first quarter we are through with the first quadrant. Now the second quadrant, what does it say? It says it is important but not urgent. Yes, what is it? This is competitive exam next year, skill enhancement, health and fitness, planning for career, relationship building, true recreation, recognize new opportunity, preparing for future. These all points, yes, not exhaustive, but these are the points which I have mentioned over here in the second quadrant, that is quadrant number two, is absolutely important for your personal growth. Absolutely important for your personal growth, my dear friend. Maybe it is a personal growth in your work environment, or if you're not working also, still it is absolutely important. So what we are trying to learn over here is these are the things which are absolutely important but not at all urgent, that you have to do it today only, you have to do it tomorrow only. No, it is, you have to do it now only. These are the things, these are the points which are absolutely not at all urgent but very important. So the second quadrant is important but not urgent. Yes. Now the third quadrant, let us try to understand the third quadrant. So third quadrant, you can see what is it? It is not important but urgent. Yes, it falls into the category of not important but urgent. Phone calls, mails, SMS, status updates, some friends visitor dropping, unimportant gathering, abrupt outing, frequent interruptions. So these are not at all important but urgent. How it is urgent? Let us say, for an example, if you are doing some important work in the office and you get a phone call of any of your friend, but that is not important because he is not going to talk about something about the work or something about the office. What he's going to talk about is maybe probably some gossip or maybe some here and there. So it is urgent. Why it is urgent? Because once your phone starts ringing, once your phone is making some noise, then you have to pick up. Then if you get a notification on your phone that some message or status update or mail or SMS is there, then what you're going to do is you're going to pick up the phone and see what message you have received. Friends dropping, visitor dropping, you are studying hard for some particular exam, you're working hard for some presentation has come up, maybe in say 7 8 days, or maybe tomorrow you have a presentation to give for your team, for in front of your seniors, but all of a sudden without calling and all, your friends drop in. Then what do you do? It's urgent. Your friend is standing outside the door. It's urgent, but not at all important. So that is the third quadrant. Third quadrant in the sense, I repeat, it's urgent, but not at all important. Yes. Next is the quadrant 4, the fourth block. What we are talking about is not important and not urgent. Absolutely not important and not urgent. Surfing social site, social networking site, chatting on phone, gossiping, status update, excess watching TV, pleasant activities, excess sleeping. These are the activities absolutely not urgent and not important as well. So this we are talking about anything in excessive, which activity you are going to do, and with the output and outcome is absolutely zero. There is nothing called there won't be any kind of a positive output from that. Surfing, okay, surfing for 5 10 minutes here and there, that is okay, but chatting and surfing for in length, maybe hours together, that doesn't make any sense for you. So these are the all the activities what you can do, or normally we do it. It's absolutely not at all urgent or neither important. So these are the things, my dear friends. So this is the time matrix of four things. Now we will discuss all the contours in detail, how exactly it should be, and how should be managing, and in which quadrant we should be there. Yes, we'll just try to understand that. Okay, so let us go ahead. Yes, so let us discuss quadrant number one. Try to try to note it down, or if you can see or read out and try to read. As I said earlier also, quadrant 1 is urgent and important. So urgent and important in the sense, the activity which I mentioned, I will just go back for one slide back. Classes assignment last minute preparation, bills payment last minute, buying book, revising syllabus last moment, medical emergency. Oh yes, these are the activities. So these are the activities which are urgent and important as well. So this quadrant, what we call it as a quadrant of necessity. So quadrant of necessity in the sense, what would be the key action? The key action you have to manage. So here we have to manage. Manage in the sense, there is a kind of some kind of a crisis. Until and unless there is a crisis, we don't have to manage anything. So here the key action what we are taking is, the key action is manage, my dear friend. Then how to manage? Need to spend time here now. You just cannot avoid ignoring it. The electricity bill is not being paid up. He will come up and cut off the line. For an example, you have not paid up your bill. Today is the last day of your mobile. If you don't pay till by evening, your phone connection would be suspended for the time. So so need to spend time here now. If there is a medical emergency, you just cannot avoid the medical emergency. You have to pick up yourself. You have to get up and attend the medical emergency, whatever is there. Come what may, you are into, but you have to need to spend time here now. Examination is coming. Presentation is a last moment presentation. Preparation is coming. By 6 p.m. you have to give a presentation to your boss. Then what you do? You have to spend time now. Prepare the presentation. Need to spend here now. Daily firefighting and challenges. Then if you are into this for quadrant number 1, there is a daily firefighting and challenges. The challenges would never end for you. You finish up the today's challenges, there are the next challenges are ready for you tomorrow. So daily firefighting is absolutely not at all recommended. You have to prepare yourself in advance, wherein you don't fall into that trap, wherein you have to fight for fire. You have to do firefighting every single day, and you have to meet the challenges every single day. That is absolutely, I mean, absolutely not at all done. The third point, the third thing is try to learn a need to manage many things at one time. And the emergencies, when they come up, if everything is urgent and everything is important, then what you have to do is you have to manage many things, many needs at one time. You cannot just ignore. Let us say you have the last date of a submission of particular subject. If you are a student, if you have to give a presentation of a particular subject to your boss, maybe today only, then again you have to appear for the examination today only. So need to manage many needs at one time. That is absolutely important. You just cannot escape. So these are the many important activities. The fourth point is many important activities become urgent. If anything in your life becomes urgent, then you have to leave everything and attend that particular emergency. That is for sure. So if lot of activities and many activities that become urgent, then you are in a trouble, and you keep on only managing. And if you're managing things, my dear friend, then there is nothing called that there is an output as such. Because the thing is that if you're managing, therein you cannot expect a good output from your day, or from your professional life. That is for sure. So this is what we are discussing about the quadrant number one. Now, no, there is the last point in this is no prevention and planning. So when you're not planning, rather when you're not at all preventing the things, eventually what happens is all things become urgent, absolutely urgent. So there is no prevention and planning, my dear friend. So you land up into the things wherein you are only managing things. Okay? Yes. Now let us go to quadrant number two. What does the quadrant number two says? I hope you remember. You have noted down the points as well. Quadrant number. I'll just go back for a moment. Yes, quadrant number two says. Quadrant number two says competitive exam, skill enhancement, health, fitness, planning for career, relationship building, true regression, recognize new opportunity. So what does it talk about is all the important activities which is going to help you, rather give you growth in your future. So what we call it as a quadrant number two is quadrant of quality. The key action is focus. In earlier quadrant number one, what we said is the key action was manage. Here the key action is focus. So we have to focus. You have to focus, my dear friend, only on the quadrant number two. Long term planning, my dear friends, for career, it's a long term planning. You have to plan your career for a long term, my dear friends. And career, as far as your life is concerned, you have to do a long term planning. The second would be anticipate and prevent problems. Anticipate and prevent problem in the sense, I will give you an example. Let us say, for an example, you're planning for a holiday in a summer in this year's summer season. Maybe in the month of May you're planning to go for a holiday. But all of a sudden, if you're trying to book the tickets, if you're trying to book the hotels, trying to book your travel plans in the month of May itself, will it be possible? No, absolutely not. It won't be possible for you to book the tickets, book the hotels in the month of May. So anticipate and prevent. Anticipate in the sense, what you are anticipating that you are going to go in the month of May. So what you have to do is maybe a month or maybe at least in a two months before, start booking your travel tickets, start booking your hotels, start booking, blocking your travel plans. Start you already apply for a leave in your office to your bosses and ask them to leave. That is what we call it as an anticipate and prevent problem. So all of a sudden, if you go to your boss and in 11th hour, if you say that in the month of May you need holiday for 10 days, that would be difficult. So what you do is you have to anticipate. Oh, so I want to go for a holiday, then you have to book for everything and I have to apply for a leave as well. So anticipate and prevent problem. Yes. Third is empower others. If you're working in office and if you're having colleagues, yes, everybody has a colleague in the office. Everybody has a. If you're a team leader load, then you are having a subordinate, or else if you are at work at home also you have brother, sister, mother, father. How to do it and how to go about it? Empowering others. Many times what happens is we try to do all the things on our own. So that is not at all recommended. Some assignments or some work of your life or some work of your office, try to empower others also. If you are in leadership role, well and good. What you have to do is you have to empower other people to do some kind of activity on behalf of you. Try to empower others and try to delegate work to other people also in your team. And apart from a team, try to figure out how you have to do. And while doing it, you will have a lot of free time in your hand, wherein you can spend your free time on your other activities, which will be much more productive for you. So fourth is broaden your minds. Broaden your mind in the sense, normally what happens is we keep on looking at only very short term things in our life. Short term in the sense we cannot think beyond a week or so, or sometimes beyond the days also. So you have to plan for yourself and you have to broaden your things for maybe a year or so. And then in bargain, what happens is if you're planning for a year, if you're planning for 2 years, if you're planning for 3 years or 5 years as well, that gives a very long term planning is in your hand. Then you keep on doing. Maybe it is a health, maybe it is of your personal growth, maybe of is a professional growth what you're looking at, maybe with a personal life as well. So you have to broaden your minds and keep on planning from 1 month to 5 years altogether, and start working on that, especially on skill enhancement, especially on your personal growth or promotion. So this is how it should be. As far as quadrant 2 is concerned, it is very important but not at all urgent. You don't have to do it just now, but it's very important. Quadrant of quality. I repeat again, quadrant of quality, and the key focus is what it is. You have to focus on the things whichever whatever you have thought. Yes. Increase the last point, increase and develop skills. Yes, you have to develop your skills which will be helpful for your growth, and and increase your skills whichever field you are into. Okay, let us go to quarter number 3. Okay, so what was it, the quarter number 3? It's urgent but not at all important. Urgent but not at all important. So bottom left side is the cotton. What you saw was friends dropping in. Your phone is ringing. You get a message. You get a notification. It is urgent. It is a complete deception. It is a complete deception. So what we call it as a quadrant of deception. And the key action is caution. Be cautious about all these things. And deception in the sense, why we call it as a quadrant of deception? It makes noise. When it makes noise, my dear friends, what do we feel? It is important. But of course, all the things which make noise are not at all important. Your friends dropping in without informing you. Your friends come over without telling you, and your phone rings. Your notification is ting tang is making noise. You get a message notification noise. So it creates a deception. It creates an aura over there that okay, something it is very important. Then what you do if you are doing some urgent work, you're preparing for presentation, your phone makes a noise, and then you all of a sudden you get disturbed, and you get disturbed in the sense then the next step what you do is you check up your phone, and while you're checking up your phone you're wasting your time and you're reducing your productivity. So what we call it as a first is a time pressured distraction. This is time pressured distraction. The phone rings, it's making a sound. It is time pressured distraction. It is a distraction. You might be doing something important. Noise of urgency creates the illusion of importance. The moment it creates a noise is there is no illusion that it's something important. अरे कुछ तो आया होगा, बहुत जरूरी होगा. It would have been very important. अरे boss has said or your senior has said something will fall down or something will be lost out, or it is very important that cannot be missed out. So noise of urgency is created the illusion of importance. Yes, next would be third would be activity is important to someone else. Yes, it's a classic example. I'll give a very classic example when I was in my schooling days, and with everybody this would have happened. I'm telling you, I'm very much sure. Normally, when you are studying, and some of your friends, very much of your own friends, they might be having a different studying pattern. Maybe they might be studying in the late night, and you love to study in the daytime. Two things. Now, what is that? He wants to your any of your friends want to meet you up. What he does, he will just drop in at your doorstep and come into your house and to meet you up. The activities that is important for him, but this activity is not at all important for you. He has just dropped in to meet you up. Maybe he might feel it relaxed, or maybe he is feeling so that okay, boss, this is the activity what I would love to come and see you. It is important for him, but not important for you. So activities are important to someone else. Yes, fulfilling others' expectations. The same case, the friends comes into you to your place to meet you up. Any of your colleague is working in some other cubicle or any workstation. He finishes his work and comes to you, and then what you do is he had just come to have some small gossip or some chit chat for like that. Then what you do is you leave your work and you keep on chit chatting with that particular person, and completely and fully you leave your work. And what you do, you if after leaving your work, then you are fulfilling the expectation of the other person, and you go and chit chat and leaving your important things. Yes, that happens. So fulfilling others expectation, making others happy, and you just cannot say somebody has dropped in, somebody has finished his work and just dropped into your workplace, and you make other person happy. And what you say, okay, let me just have a talk with him, small talk, otherwise he will become annoyed, otherwise he will become unhappy. So that is what in your mind, and you make other people happy. So the quadrant 3 is absolutely very urgent but not important. It is standing in front of you, but absolutely none of the activities are important. All the activities are urgent but not at all important. So the key word to this thing is be cautious, and be very cautious about all this thing. Okay, spending time thinking. Yes, that goes without saying. Okay, quadrant 4. Let us go to quadrant 4. So what does the quadrant 4 says? Not urgent and not important. Quadrant of what we can say read out is quadrant of waste. Key action: avoid in red. Absolutely avoid and avoid. Quadrant of waste. Right bottom, the last quadrant. Right bottom quadrant we are talking about. Quadrant of waste. What were the activities were there? Excess sleeping, excess watching TV, excess surfing on social networking site, excess gossiping, excess meeting friends, and doing anything in excess is bad. Watching TV is bad? No, it is not bad. But watching excess TV is bad. So these are the all activities what we do in the quadrant number four, and we do it knowingly or unknowingly. It's not knowingly we do it, unknowingly we do it, and we carry on in that way and for a longer time, and most of the time then we think, and at the end of the day, boss, what we are doing, then if you ask questions to yourself at the end of the day every time, then you will come to know. Like one exercise I will tell you, try to note it down what exactly you did for the entire day in the evening. Then you will come to know what how exactly it was, and how badly we manage our time. So this is what fooling yourself. Fooling yourself. As I said, your 24 hours will go in a whisker, and what we feel like, okay, we are busy whole day, and we'll think, okay, boss, 24 hours is very less. I'm getting less time. I'm stressed out of working too much. So that is what we are talking about, fooling yourself. This is the quadrant where we try to fool ourselves, and we try to console ourselves. Okay, boss, this is what I have done, and this is what the output is going to come out. And but no, my dear friend, you are absolutely fooling yourself. Dreaming of pleasant future which is not to be, and most of the time we dream our future. We do excess sleeping. We keep on listening music round the clock. Nowadays nobody even walks up without a music, and everybody has put in the earplugs from their mobile. Okay, we're dreaming of a pleasant future, which is not to be. And what do we do is, we dream at the present future, and we keep on thinking, oh boss, this is going to be good, and this is and I will become this and that, and you keep on dreaming. Oh yes, that happens. Now it's not urgent. Diverting your focus completely, and you divert your focus completely, and which is absolutely non-productive. And if we spend a lot of time on unproductive activities in our life, we keep on giving time to that, which will the outcome would be absolutely nothing, and we are diverting our focus completely. The main focus should have been into skill enhancement, how to progress. Next year promotion is coming, how to do about it, how to achieve your targets which are being given by the company to you, or what are the key responsibilities are there, how to fulfill that and go beyond that. So that is what you should be doing. But instead of that, we our focus is being diverted completely, diverting your energy completely. Believe me, every now and then you might be experiencing the day or the time. Sometimes you keep on surfing on your social networking site, and you do excess surfing. Then after that, after 2 hours or 3 hours, what happens if you do continuously for 2 3 hours? You feel completely exhausted without any manual work, without any physical activity you do. Still, what you feel is you completely feel like you are completely exhausted, and you are completely drained out. That is how you get the feeling. So this is absolutely content of waste. For an example, you keep on gossiping, meeting friends and talking to them is important. It is required, and oh yes, I certainly believe it is required. But doing, again I repeat, doing it in excess, it is absolutely not okay. That will completely divert your energy, and you will be drained out. You will be completely drained out, and after that again you come back and you feel like, okay boss, let me have a long sleep, and you feel like sleeping then. So that is how diverting your energy. Mentally exhausted and getting into trouble. You get mentally exhausted, completely exhausted, my dear friend, and once you're drained out mentally, then you don't feel like doing anything, and then you feel like, okay, let me just take a rest for a while and do things. So these are the these are the points what we should be keeping in mind. Lethargy sets in. End of the day, then what happens is, if you are into quadrant 4, the lethargy will come in, and the lethargy will set in inside you. Then result, you will feel stressed out, you will feel worked up, you will feel lethargy, there will be no energy inside you. So that is how it is like that, my dear friend. So these are the four quadrants. I believe that you might have got what exactly the four quadrants should be. And as I repeat again, let me just go back. So where you should be doing. So you should be into the quadrant number 2, my dear friends. Quadrant number 2 is what? Quadrant of quality, key action, focus. Key action, focus. You should be always and always try to be most of the time. All the time you cannot be, nobody can be. And let me be very clear about that. But most of the time you should be focusing on the quadrant number 2. Okay, so let us go ahead. Uh, so this we have done quadrant 4, we have done. Okay, now how to manage your time, as we seen the first step. Now the first thing is, the first point for you guys is set priorities. Yes, you might be having hundreds of things in your life. You might be having thousands of things which list to-do list in a year. You might be having tens of things in a day and tens of things in a week to-do list. Now how to go about it? Set your priorities. Set your priority. The priorities prioritize your weekly schedule. Try to make a weekly schedule in your diary and please note it down, which is the most important thing in the week and what you should be touching up or taking up in the first. So prioritize your weekly schedule. Don't do too long that, okay, for a month or for a year. No, don't do that. Prioritize your weekly schedule. Make a weekly schedule. What is the most important activity for you in the week? Try to list it down. First point. Now this is how it should be as per the importance. Oh yes, let me just give a one or two example. There are a lot of priorities are there. Let us say, for an example, there is a presentation in your company that you have to present. Maybe for an example, let us take. I'm just taking an example. First day of the week is there today, and then on the third day or fourth, the third day you have to give a presentation. One thing is there. The second thing, you have to go for catch up for a movie in this week. You plan for XYZ movie this week. Yes, two activities. Now, which is the most important activity for you is here? You have to give a presentation to your seniors. Maybe after 3 days you have to give. So what you have to do is, you have the second is you catch up a movie. Two things. Okay. First, which is very important, giving a presentation to your seniors. Important. So try to prepare and complete the task in beforehand. Then the second activity, what you do is, you wanted to go for a movie, maybe in a weekend, maybe late in the evening or some weekday. Book a ticket, do an online booking, or go by directly to the theater, and then try to watch a ticket. So you have to decide what is important for you. Nobody else in the world can decide what is important for you. Do not ever take anybody's help what is important for you, because some activity would be important for me, some, and the same activity would not be important for you. For me, catching up a movie maybe may not be absolutely important for you, but you wanted to relax this week because you are stressed out. You wanted to go for a movie this week, means this week, then go, no issue. You have to decide what is important. Giving a presentation, importance number 1. Going for a movie, importance number 2. Yes, prioritize your weekly schedule as per importance. Second, orders of the goal. Again, order of the goal. For an example, you had to give an example. You had to give a presentation on Wednesday, and then you had to take a review meet of your team also on team on Tuesday. So what you have to do is the order of the goal. First activity is important. Second activity again it is important. Order of the goal. Tuesday is a little bit earlier. You have to inform your team also. Okay, boss. This is presentation. We are going to take a review on Tuesday. You have to send them the pointers on which they would be preparing the presentation and giving you. Then you start preparing your own presentation which you are going to give your seniors. Order of the goal, same you have to decide what is the order of the goal. Third thing, be realistic. Be realistic, yes. Many a times I've seen across people who are not realistic. They say, okay, I wanted to do certain things. I want to do this. This is the challenge. And the most common thing what I've seen is as far as health is concerned, reaching the goals, reaching the target is concerned, people are not realistic. People are not realistic. They get like, overexcited and tell that, okay, I'll be absolutely fit in 15 days. If somebody is plumpy, somebody is not fit, and somebody is very fatty as such, and you want to reduce weight, and then you decide that within 15 days or within a month, I will reduce 10 kg weight. That is not at all realistic. You have to be realistic. You want to reduce weight, well and good. You want to be healthy and fit, absolutely fantastic, lovely. But that is not that you cannot do in a month or so, my dear friend. That is for sure. You should be taking a realistic approach, maybe year or so. I'm not a health expert, but I can tell you, maybe year, in a year you wanted to reduce by 10 kg or 15 kg. That sounds better, but definitely not in a month. Yes, that is absolutely not realistic that you should be doing. Okay, reaching the target. Okay. Challenging the target and doing it for 3 times and 3 times of the business this month. That is not at all realistic. So, prioritize your weekly schedule. I repeat, as per first, as per importance. Second, as per the order of the goals, and third, be realistic. Focus on the task at hand. Second point is the focus on the task at hand. Task in the hand, so normally in the workplace it happens very often than not. You are working on something very urgent assignment, and somebody comes and disturb you, and he or she wanted to discuss something very the point. Some issue is there. So he or she wanted to discuss, and they want to discuss. Okay, then what you do is you leave your things, whatever you are doing in hand, and you start speaking to that person. That is absolutely not recommended. What you're doing a task. You're trying to complete that task whichever is in your hand, and try to finish it off. Ask that person to let me just finish it off, this particular task which I have taken, and I will speak after that. Maybe in an hour or so, maybe in 1.5 or 2 hours, you will be able to finish that task, and you will speak to that gentleman. Yes, list exact due date and time, your bills, your delivery activities, when you're going to deliver in the office, when is your take off time, when is your deadline ending. You have to list exact due date and time, when exactly, and try to work backwards. Yes, set time limit for each activity. You have to set time limit for each activity. It cannot keep on going on and on and on and on all the time. For example, you wanted to be fit, give yourself a time. Okay, within 6 months I will do this. Set a time limit. Okay, don't say that I will be fit, but when you will be fit, maybe 3 years, 4 years, 6 months. Within 6 months, it's realistic. You can tell yourself, okay, within six months I will be fit. So set time limit for all the activity. Work backwards for everything. As I said, within 6 months you wanted to become fit, or let us say, for an example, in the office you wanted to deliver something in the 3 months. Start working backwards. You have to do deliver in 3 months. one by one you have to keep on working backwards. For this activity how much time, this activity how much time, this activity how much time. Divide your 3 months into particular activities and give all activities some particular time. So what you have to do is work backwards. Learn to say no. Oh yes, oh yes. The most important thing what I've learned in my life is never ever say yes to everything. Everything, yes. Learn to say no. Learn to say no. Oh yes. If your hands are full, if you're absolutely busy, please, for the heaven's sake, for the God's sake, say that okay, no, I cannot do it, and probably yes, I will be able to I will be able to do it tomorrow. I can take up this assignment tomorrow. If your friends drop in and if he's asking him, let's go for a catch up for a movie, and you're studying and you're preparing for some your skill development exam, tell him, no boss, I cannot come. You please carry on. Today I'm busy. I'm preparing for something. I won't be able to join you. And let him go. And learn to say no means no. Oh yes. Okay. And the next thing is revisit and revise your plan. Whatever plan. Has your priority changed? Oh yes. Many times, or let me say all the time. All the time, many a times and all the time our priorities changes as we grow, as the day progresses, as we become senior, as the life goes on, our priorities changes. If your has your priority changed over a period of week, over a period of 15 days, a month, you have to go back to your plans, whatever time dedication you have given. You have to change your priorities as per your needs. Yes. The next would be which task were you able to do. For an example, for any particular task you are given maybe 1 hour every day, but you are not able to do that in 1 hour. It is all it is taking some time. Maybe it is taking 1.5 hour, or maybe it is taking 2 hours. So go back and assign 2 hours for that particular activity. For an example, you wanted to go to a gym, or for an example, if you are in an office, you are taking a review every day of your team, and you had dedicated half an hour for that in your plan, but you're not able to do it in half an hour, taking the review of all your team. It is going beyond 1.5 hour. Go back and mention that it's 1.5 hour. So which tasks were you able to do? I'm not able to do this task in particular time. Please change the time what you are dedicated. Anyway, what didn't get done? If it is not done, allocate more time. If you're not able to do any particular task, please add to the time. Was your energy level appropriate? After doing all the tasks, do you feel like exhausted? Do you still feel that okay, I'm still have some energy, or do you still feel that okay, boss, I can do it? Okay, that is not a problem. Was your energy level appropriate? You had to ask yourself. If you're feeling exhausted, relax your sometime, strike out some tasks and activities. If you're feeling absolutely energetic, absolutely okay, go ahead with the plan. Okay, how was your stress level? Are you stressed out? Stressed out means you are too much stretched. So give up some of the activity. If your stress level it is okay, you are okay with it. Okay, carry on, go ahead with it. How was your stress level, and what changes need to be made in your schedule? After assessing all the same, then you had to see what are the changes that need to be made in your plan or on your schedule, and make accordingly, make some changes. It is a continuous process. It is not a one time process. It is a continuous process, maybe weekly or fortnightly. Every 7 days or 15 days or in a month, try to revisit and revise the plan, my dear friend. What are the persistent time wasters? So time wasters for you would be different. Time wasters for me would be different. Time wasters for some particular person would be different. Time waster for X would be different. For everybody, the time wasters are different. Maybe some unwanted friends, maybe some social networking site, maybe internet surfing is a time waster. Maybe you are thinking too much and lying, maybe oversleeping, overwatching TV. This could be any of this activity would be a consistent time waster for you as an individual. You had to see that what is it, what are the time wasters for you as an individual, my dear friend. So, my dear friend, that is how it is all about the time management. Time management, what we spoke.